Lake Pro Tackle fam. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Before we jump into this video, I want to let y'all know that we did get some of the JDM Seagar line. This is the PEX8 and also the R18 fluorocarbon. So this is your braided line. This one's really cool. This one actually uses a metered system as well as being really pink. So if you enjoy spinning reels with braided line, this stuff is ultra thin. It's going to be an 8-strand, very slick weave, and they also utilize the metered system right here. So it's going to be mainly pink, but certain places you're going to have 15 centimeters of green in there, so you can really keep track of your line. We have 3 different sizes. It's going to be 12, 14, and 18 in the braided line, and then in the R18 here I believe we've got 10, 12, and 16. So not a huge array, you know, there's a lot more out there, but these are the ones we want to experiment with. These are probably our best selling line sizes of fluorocarbon and braided line. So guys, hopefully you enjoy these. Make sure to check them out, lakeprotackle.com, and let's go ahead and jump into these reels right here. So the Lews brand new to 2024 iCast releases the Custom and the Custom Pro here. So the Custom is going to come in at $179, basically $180, and the Custom Pro is at $279. Now, throwing these reels at iCast, I was absolutely amazed. Straight off the bat, you know, I think Lews has always been the company that you can go to time and time again, pick up their reels, and they cast phenomenally. You know, straight out of the package after 10 years of just absolutely beating the crap out of them, they cast extremely well. I think one of the main separators from the Lews to something like the Shimano, which is what we're going to be comparing a lot of these to, is the overall smoothness of the reel. Now, for me, my Lews personally have been extremely good. I beat them up, you know, pond hopping growing up, dunk them in the water, you know, everything you can do to a reel. I did it to a reel. to my Lews reels, they didn't stay smooth, number one. Number two, they still casted fine. So I think Lews is also kind of upgrading in the fact that they are going with more streamlined approaches. This Custom Pro, it is very similar in profile to something like to a Corrado. It's even smaller actually for, I guess, like a really 100-sized reel. Let's go ahead and actually just jump into this Custom here. So the Custom, this one is going to use 10 bearings. It's going to be 6.3 ounces, and it's going to take 90 yards of 12-pound line. So really good ratings on here for just like a do-it-all reel. You know, 100 size to me is something very comfortable, where I can throw a crankbait, I can throw a jig, I can throw a Texas rig, I can throw top water on here. I can load it up with a bunch of small enough braid, you know, like 30 or 40 pound. I can frog with it very easily. When it comes to the punching and stuff, maybe, I'm not sure. Will it have enough torque? I don't know yet until I really put these to the full test. Now, you're getting a lot of cool technology from the higher end bait casting reels from Lews in here. So let's go ahead and go over that a little bit. We've got the aluminum frame, which makes this extremely light. Like I said, 6.3 ounces. Paramag RX braking system is brand new here. So this Paramag system uses magnetic braking system like you're used to out of a lot of the Lews reels, right? However, this Paramag actually takes the magnetic braking system, instead of it being flat, they actually turned it into a circle here, and it's actually rising and falling based off that on the spool. So unlike your traditional spools, this actually has a little cup at the end. Now, unlike a Daiwa or something we're going to get into here later, this one doesn't actually move. So this is a static rotor system where the magnets really just control based on that. You know, I've got it turned up here pretty high. It's on like 4 or something. Let me turn it to free, and you're going to see it spins a whole lot longer. So you can automatically tell those brakes are definitely doing something. Let me see if I can get the camera to see that. So this is free. See, it's going pretty good there. Good couple seconds. Now I'm going to turn the dial up to the max, and just straight off the bat, it does not let that spool go super fast. So that's really cool to see straight off the bat, the Paramag system at work and immediately off the reel. One thing I do wish they did was actually put a little locking mechanism on the side plate here, because knowing me, if I mess with this, I'm definitely popping the side plate off and it's going in the water. That's one thing that I will say I wish they did, but I will say as well, it is easy to get on and off, which may or may not be a good thing. So it comes, pops in, locks in right there. I do like it. Very, very clean design. Uses a little bit of a silver accent on the top here, but I do love this black finish. It is matte almost, but there's a little gloss to it. So it's not as matte as something like an SLX, but it's not as shiny as really something like the Corrado series here. Now, this reel, again, it's going to be $179.99, and this is a very vulnerable price point. You know, when the Corrado Ks initially came out, they were $179.99, but with the addition of MGL spools and a lot of the other technology running down, the closest things we're going to get in that price range are the SLX DC, which notoriously very, very good reel, of course, with the IDC4 braking system. However, does not have micro module gearing. So this thing will get very, very geary after about a year or two of constant use. You're going to feel it when you're reeling. You can almost hear it a little bit at the moment right now. Something also kind of in that range-ish is going to be the Corrado 150 MGL. Now, this is actually a $210 reel, so it's going to be at that higher price point, but you know, in terms of body, these things are very, very, very similar. The Lews Custom is going to be 100 size, so it's a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller overall. The handles, I believe, are going to be very similar. I believe they're both 85 millimeter. Even the handles themselves are going to be very, very similar feeling. The power handle on the Corrado is going to be a little bit bigger, easier to hold on to, but this is still very, very good. Other cool features about this reel, of course, you're going to have the line dial, I guess, on here where you can kind of choose what size line it is. You know, they've got 10, 12, 14, 16. They've got another one for braided line, 10, 20, 30, 50, 65, 80. So you're able to do that. Everything else about this reel is very streamlined. Again, very, very comfortable in my hands. And I've got pretty big hands, skinny fingers, and it feels really, really good in there as well. I will say right off the bat, it is very, very smooth out of the package, and I'm definitely excited to see what else the reel brings. Now, in terms of other cool features, I guess you've got the knot slot, which you can pop your knot in there and it'll lock in. You've got speed gear, speed dial, speed keeper. So in terms of the Lews reels overall, it definitely doesn't have the most technology out there, but it is really cool and refreshing to see something like this. Very, very streamlined approach to things. All right, moving on here, we have the brand new Custom Pro. Now, I'm sure you've seen this reel all over social media, YouTube videos. They are trying to push this reel as hard as they can. One thing I will say about this reel, there's been a bunch of testing on it, you know, not just from people that I know, but from pros like, you know, all the Lews team basically. But Todd Castledine, he actually made a really, really cool couple videos on this Custom Pro here. He really seems to like it, and I definitely value his opinion. Now, casting this at ICAST, it was just extremely, extremely impressive to throw. The Paramag ITB system is probably the #1 piece in this reel here. It is going to use a rotor cup, and it is going to use the Paramag system, which is the, again, magnetic braking system here. So this rotor cup actually moves up and down, very similar to a Daiwa. You know, as it pushes out, it's going to slow it down, and when it pulls in, it's going to, sorry, other way around, sorry. When it pushes out at high speeds and then it comes in at lower speeds, really, really cool. Now, the Paramag system is going to work just the same here. You've got the same dial. It goes from F, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then M, which is going to be maxed out braking. So you can see again, oop, drop that. You're going to see again here, this is max braking, still just stops it right on a dime there. So Paramag ITB in here is going to be basically the highlight of this reel. It is going to be a little bit bigger in terms of frame than the Custom here. So this Custom Pro is going to be more similar in frame to a Corrado 150, even though the braking system is going to be basically the exact same here. This is actually also going to be I believe a 90 yards, a 12 pound You're getting 20 pounds of drag. However, they did lighten this reel up quite a bit. So this is actually 5.6 ounces, even though it's in a bigger frame than this guy right here. Now, I think they did some stuff with the spool as well as the gearing in there. So it's going to be 11 bearing system. You're going to get the aluminum frame, and it's going to be made out of what they call the C45 carbon, which makes it so light. Now, in terms of longevity, a lot of their Lews reels do stay pretty smooth. You're going to get the P2 pinion gear, super pinion gear. So what that's going to do is limit the amount of shake and increase the durability of the pinion there. You're going to get the speed knot, speed gear, speed keeper, and speed dial. So basically every cool function you're getting out of the custom you're getting on here as well, which it should be. You're going to get, again, a very cool swept handle here, very cut out. To increase the lightness of the reel. Now, this reel comes in at $279.99. Now, in that price range, in Shimano world, you're going to get the Chronarch MGL, as well as something like a Corrado DC. Now, if you are a Instagram influencer, you just have to have a Corrado DC, right? But let me tell you, this reel, when it comes down to it, it is extremely smooth, extremely well casting, very hard to backlash based on a lot of the videos that I've seen, as well as casting at iCast. So, guys, if you want to check this reel out here, I definitely highly suggest doing so. Again, you're not going to be able to pack on a ton of line here, but I think 90 yards or 12-pound line, you're still going to be able to make extremely long casts, even with big plugs, big jigs, something like that. Now, I think that this reel will pretty well take over that sub $200 or sub $300 price range, and then kind of ranging to that $250 to $300. I think this is definitely set up to be one of the best-selling reels out there, especially at that price range, considering Chronarch MGL is just dated, needs an update, not super smooth, number one. Number two, makes this just awful noise when you reel it. Number two, Corrado DC, I think, also needs an update. So be on the lookout for some stuff coming out of the Shimano world. Not that I know anything, but I think that these could use an update. You know, the Corrado, in terms of size comparison, it is very big and bulky compared to this Lews Custom Pro. It's also much taller than the Custom Pro and definitely heavier. So I think Lews definitely hit it out of the park on this Custom Pro and Custom. So definitely, if these speak to you, shoot over to the website, lakeprotackle.com, or come in store and pick these guys up here. Again, hopefully we get some more of these in. We don't right now at the moment have enough to set up a demo casting run reel, but I definitely want you to check these out. So if you have any questions specifically about this, drop them down in the comments below. I'm always down there reading those comments, and I greatly appreciate you if you do interact in the comment section, because it definitely helps the video out performing in the algorithm there. So guys, again, Custom and Custom Pro now available on the website lakeprotackle.com. We'll see you next time. Thank you again for watching. See you guys.